I imagine you're absolutely wrapped with that performance, particularly the second half.
15-minute mark of the third quarter wasn't. I think we got one goal up. I actually felt that we were playing reasonably well in terms of defending. I think that they'd only kicked 4 or 5 goals up to that stage, but the thing is we weren't kicking. We were getting it inside 50, but we just couldn't generate anything. So yeah, look, it was great that once the game opened up, we could we actually made the most of those opportunities. So I think we kicked about 8 or 9 in 10 minutes or something. So yeah, really broke the game open, and yeah, so it was good that we could finish up in the last quarter as well.
They had a lot of big guys. Was running off their feet always a target? Were you always confident that you guys would run out the game better?
Yeah, we knew that they were really good last week. Their tools, especially forward. So we put a fair bit of time into making sure that they didn't sort of get us there. But yeah, look, that's sometimes you're not hamstringing it. I'm sure Richmond. Obviously, sometimes you just got to deal with the players you get. With your AFL club, and I'm sure they've got a fair bit of height. So yeah, we felt that was probably an area that we actually could expose them a bit as
Today highlighted why you went out and got someone like Cameron Wood in the off-season?
Yeah, exactly. It has been difficult to be able to rotate him and Tommy Campbell so far over the practice games and against Geelong the other week. So yeah, today was a perfect example of what we've been at, and we wanted to get extra big tall.
In the down in defence, I thought Talia's game pretty good down there today, and really held those tall forwards for Coburg.
Yeah, look, I think what Edwards kicked one.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think Austin had him for most of the game. I think they were all great. They one thing that I guess a lot of clubs are working on is to support each other. So whether it's in the air or coming in on leads, and so I thought our back six really worked together well. That they actually supported each other. So a lot of times it wasn't one-on-one. They actually, they was a third man up, and so we really worked as a team. But I thought, as I said, our sort of defensive game, even around the ball, was pretty good. We just didn't allow them to probably use those tools as well. So they did the other.
And McNamara out of the side today gave Bukowski an opportunity to come in.
Oh look, we've got some really good young men playing in our development side, Charleston, and even some of the new boys, Deary and Johnson. But Stockdale. It's in many ways I don't feel comfortable with a lot of those guys playing, but unfortunately we just can't fit them all in. But so it was great for Witter to come in, and look, we always know that. Look, I think he's an outstanding player. For him to be not even in our senior side, I guess put pressure on the players in our side. For that to play well to get this spot, because there's a few of those boys I'm looking to bring in the first chance I can.
In a game like that, does your thinking change at all at three-quarter time, or did you really want to see the guys sort of absolutely bury them, or do you sort of try new things in the coach as well?
Yeah, no, it's just focus, continue on the process. I think that once you start getting into, where you can start playing outside how you want to play, you really, you're dancing, on hot coals because they're anything good. You're not teaching the boys to play the right way. You start allowing them to start getting ahead of the ball and start making easy options. So it was just a process of how we want to play.
Do you think you'll have Jake Stringer next week, or do you think you might be...
Again, that's what it's all about. We want to try and create an environment down here that gives Stringer, Grant, Tom Williams, any of those boys, Taylor Howard, all those guys, the opportunity to play well and put pressure on the players at the Doggies. So that's all part of it. So yeah, look, Jack just showed he's picking up the six. He's just and I still think that we've only seen just little small glimpses.
Good return by Williams today, especially in the first half.
Yeah, look, I thought that many a time there it was 1 on 3 and still being able to come away with the ball, and I thought it was good. Tom's been a backman and he's been taught a lot of forward play, and I thought that he, as I said, the first half when we needed that big tour, I thought it was really good for us.
How do you feel looking forward to Werribee next week?
It's a great challenge. It's that rivalry. It's Werribee. They're well coached. Under Westy, they play tonight, but I know they'd be pretty disappointed with their last game. So yeah, look, Werribee's always, and Willie games are always a great contest. I think it all goes well for. Like the last couple of years when we've played it, the game's always just been on a knife's edge. So I think I couldn't see anything.